Hey, usually I don't record like this because there's so many videos floating around anyway. And here come yet another video, and I don't have anything, nothing on my face, just I woke up like this. But anyway, so I was talking to my daughter yesterday, which is our norm. I mean, we've done it for years where after school and work, usually I get in a car and we have our car chat from the drive from her school to the drive home. So this is not different for us to have a conversation about our day, what we learned, and how our day went. Well, yesterday, she was telling me about their ELA, which is English Language Arts class. And in the class, they discuss topics. Everybody's given a topic, and everybody is encouraged to read up on it, study up on it, and express yourself regarding it. Sometimes you have a written response as an assignment, and sometimes you have a roundtable discussion about the topic. Well, let's see, this dystopian is what they talked about yesterday. So I asked her, because I didn't know, what's dystopian? And she said, well, have you ever seen the Hunger Games? No, I haven't. Well, in the Hunger Games, like, it's a dystopian or a dystopia. And basically the government tries let's see, how'd she explain it to me? Basically, the government tries to control society. So she went on to elaborate about a particular assignment that they were given, which told the children, ask the question, what if we lived in a society where it was controlled how much you learn? And after you got to a certain age, the government gave you a test to determine your academic ability. And if you were super smart, the government would kill you. And your parents at that point would get one choice, and the choice is where they wanted to bury you. And I was like, oh my, she's in the 7th grade. Oh my goodness. So they went on to say that there was no way that you could cheat on the test because they would give you a truth serum before you took the test so you could only answer accurately. And all of the smart kids would be killed, and only the not so smart children were allowed to live. And so we had a whole discussion about that, and which, she said, Mama, why would anybody want to dumb us down? And then that begat the conversation with us about how, if you're not as smart, or if you don't act upon your, what the things then it's easier to control you to do the things that someone else wants you to do. You're not a free thinker. You're not a creator or inventor. You're not going to teach the generations to come or those around you to basically usurp those that are in authority. Instead, you're going to fall in line and you're going to do whatever you're being asked or told to do. So it's more likely that someone who's not as educated will be a follower as opposed to someone that is educated that can go and create their own world. Then we went on to talk about, she said, well, yeah, I think that probably, it is likely that it could happen soon. And I said, well, honey, it's history. As Black people, if it was discovered that you knew how to read, you could be killed. And it was difficult for you to hide the fact that you knew how to read, because even if you didn't speak upon the things you knew, your actions, choices, and your behaviors would show that you were a little more educated than the rest of the slaves. Therefore, it made you a target. So it's not as far-fetched as you would think that it is. It's something that's happened before, and it continues to happen. Just because someone makes the good decisions to be educated and their country doesn't automatically put them out of harm's way. Actually, sometimes it makes them more of a target. Not only for those that want to control them, but for those that have given into being controlled, that then will come and help bring you down. So you have those battles. And once the door is open on education, it's difficult for you to even want to stop learning, to turn that off. There are some people who would rather read a book or go do research than to sit and be entertained. And that's just their nature. And especially when it's something that you've done for so long, how do you turn that off? So you do have that battle to fight, but then you also have the things like voluntarily, like bring you'll voluntarily cause yourself to be distracted from education when you give into one of the tools that they use, which is temptation. So I explained to her that everybody in life will come to a fork in the road, especially including those that are highly educated. So that fork in the road will say, okay, I've been a highly educated individual up until this point, and now I have the freedom to do whatever I want to do. What am I going to do? Am I going to continue on the path of learning and knowing and creating things? Or, whoa, fork in the road. Am I going to be distracted by things such as, for example, alcohol? Because I've seen other people drink before and it didn't do so bad for them, so maybe I should taste it. Not knowing whether or not you have an addictive personality that may lead to something. Or, drugs. I've seen people who smoke before and those people appear to be doing just fine. I'm just going to take one puff. It's not going to hurt anything. Or what about sex? I would like to wait until I'm married before I'm ever with somebody. But you know what? The person I'm dating right now really want to do it and I really like them. Do I give in to that distraction? What about debt? I want something right now. And now I got to take me a job that forces me to work and produce and do what somebody else will have me to do rather than creating my own. Well, guess I got to go take that job now. So there are certain things that come along our path that distract us from our full potential. And although there's a lot of societal hurdles that are out there and that are specifically set up against us, there are certain things that are choices that we make that either feed into the vision for our lives or it pulls us away from that vision. So we do have control over certain things, and it's up to us to make the best decision for the things that we are able to control. And I say it that way because we know that we fighting a battle just waking up. You're fighting a battle being alive. You're fighting a battle being black. You're fighting a battle being a woman. You're fighting a battle being young, being old, being suburban, being, inner city, being educated, being like there's a lot of battles that we fight, and some things we can't change. We don't have any control over them. You can't control how you were born or what family you were born in, what area you were born in. You can't control those things. But there are other things that we are able to control that'll make our journey more difficult, or it'll put us closer to reaching our ultimate vision. Keeping in mind that if we choose the path of freedom, it will have its own set of hurdles. When you choose freedom, you're going to lose friends because they'd rather you, it's easier for you to be the way they are. You're going to lose family because likewise, it's easier to just, girl, come on over here and just come on, do this. You're going to be lonely at times because there's not a lot of people that's going to take that path with you. You're going to second guess yourself sometime. You're going to, have to, it's just a lot that you'll have to encounter if you do choose the path of education and progression. However, What does it benefit a man to gain the whole world and lose his soul? And she ended it by saying, this one here is getting on my nerve. So she ended it by saying, I would rather die an educated person than to live a dumb one. Again, that fork in the road that all of us will have to come to. And as a parent, I've always taught my children to be who you were created to be. All of us will get to that fork of the road, and I can't fight your battles for you, but I sure can be there along your side. But it's just amazing to me. I mean, I'm grateful that we're able to have these conversations. I didn't know what dystopia was. We didn't have those kind of discussions in my family nor in my school, especially not in the 7th grade. But it is a reality. I'm glad that they're speaking up on it. I'm glad that they're thinking about it. And it really is true that we do have to get to a point where we have to understand that some things are bigger than us. And we have to know our role in it. And we have to know our responsibility and where our freedom really lies. Are you really free? And if you are free in certain areas, what do you do with that freedom? But anyway, see, here go this one little thing again. Talk about freedom. I finally got my hair to grow, but now it's like, I won't complain because this is the longest my hair. 43 years old, 44 now. It took this long for me to even get it to grow to this point, but hey, I won't complain because it goes with the territory, but anyway, I thought this was the perfect shirt. I just got it yesterday. Trust the vision, because I know at a very young age, and I'm one of those people who took that fork in the road where I don't follow the beaten path. I don't go with the masses. A lot of people, I don't think the way a lot of people think. I don't compare myself to the way other people think, because we all have individual journeys, but we're in it together. So we're all on this planet together, on this planet, but not of this planet. Okay, so I understand that somebody else may be going down the road just like me, but we're not all going to the same place. We're not all taking the same path if we do go to the same place. So it's cool to be different, just like the book that I wrote. If you see that mosaic, it literally is a lot of different pieces that come together to form one. So I don't judge anybody else for the path that they take. I am on a specific path, and I'm led by he who knows. And I do that unapologetically, so because I am who I am, and I have a mission while I'm here too. But I just wanted to share that because it was interesting to me that like I said, she's in the 7th grade, and that's a very real topic, and it really is. Our kids are facing more than what we are told that they're dealing with. We're told that they're dealing with self-image and bullies and, maybe financial hardship concerns or like we're told about that stuff. But there's other battles that they're fighting that have more longevity. And those are the things that we need to make sure that they're well prepared for when they step out into this world, because we're not always going to be here, and they need to know how to fit in that that role that they've been given. But anyway, trust the vision, be who you are, figure that out, walk unapologetically as you. I love you all, just because there's nobody else in this world like you. Peace.